My name is Janice Celestin. I'm the System Director of Community Impact and Engagement for North Shore Edward Elmhurst Health. I've been with Swedish Hospital locally for the past 16 years. Some of the work that I do is focused on our community health needs assessment. We have an active partnership with the City of Chicago and the Chicago Department of Public Health for our Healthy Chicago Equity Zones initiative. And so Swedish serves as the regional lead for this community and about 11 other community areas to really understand those communities, partner locally with organizations that have trust within their community and that can serve those needs. Living and working in this Northside community for the past 16 years really has me feeling very closely connected to my neighborhood, to the disparities that exist, to the needs that are so great, and how we can open our arms to better serve our community members, whether that's new asylees and migrants, as well as many other community needs. It's been so rewarding to work with neighborhood organizations, social service agencies like Centro Romero to really understand our community and then work together to truly make a difference. I think that Centro Romero truly embodies the idea of laying a solid foundation and taking the time to do that right. When I walked in the building today and there's a line out the door, that foundation is bit by bit. It's not one singular way that they serve a need. It is really this wraparound. It is treating the community like family and understanding what are the barriers to being a thriving community member. And it might take some time, those are challenging barriers to address, but through that wraparound support, the folks from Centro Romero are truly making an impact to help our community one person at a time.
Vivía en México, en el estado de Oaxaca, con mi familia. Pues estudiaba, acababa de terminar la preparatoria y pues no había como muchas oportunidades para seguir estudiando. Sí quería estudiar, pero pues no había la cuestión económica, ¿verdad? Y pues se me presentó la oportunidad de venirme para acá y fue así que decidí venirme. No tenía nada de familia aquí, nadie. Fue un poquito difícil al principio porque pues el no conocer ni la cultura, el idioma, pero pues se va uno acostumbrando. Fue aproximadamente hace como 14 años que tenía mis otros 2 niños. Estaba buscando como algo extra donde le pudieran ayudar con las tareas, con los trabajos. Y entonces fue así que empecé a conocer Centro Romero y los empecé a traer a las actividades que ellos tenían. Y ahorita estoy en el programa de educación familiar, trayendo a mi pequeñito de 3 años, que él pues está como en la etapa también de aprendizaje. Y hago aprender inglés, porque a pesar de que yo vivo muchos años aquí, pues la verdad el inglés ha sido bien difícil para mí pronunciarlo y hablarlo. Y ahorita que estoy en casa estoy aprovechando y siento que he mejorado bastante. Mis otros 2 niños que ahorita son unos jóvenes de 17 y 15 años, ellos gracias a Dios no están metidos en pandillas o drogas u otras actividades y siguen asistiendo a Centro Romero. O sea, a pesar de que ya son adolescentes, siguen asistiendo al programa porque les gusta. Y ahorita también con mi niño yo veo que él está avanzando mucho, el chiquito que traigo al programa de educación familiar. Le encanta, a pesar de tener 3 años, ya se sabe el abecedario, le gusta leer libros, le gusta pintar. Realmente les ayuda mucho. Mis 2 jovencitos, pues yo quisiera que siguieran estudiando, ¿verdad? Que ellos hicieran una carrera, igualmente pues para mi familia, igual que esté bien. Ahorita yo la idea de que estoy aprendiendo un poquito más inglés es que me gustaría abrir un negocio. Entonces esa es como una meta que tengo. Entonces primero Dios que sí se cumpla. ¿Sí?
Oh, you think this is just a community center? No, it's way more than that. Because when you hook our community up with the internet, boom, look at Ariana crushing virtual class, Jamal chasing that college dream, Michael doing something crazy. This is the place where we can show the world what we can do.
Comcast is partnering with 1,000 community centers to create Wi-Fi-enabled lift zones so students from low-income families can get the tools they need to be ready for anything.
Oh, we're ready.
¡Levántalo! Sí, vamos, Thank you, gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Aquí está de viajera. ¿O aquí? Ya voy para allá. ¿Hasta acá? ¿Ya vas? ¿De cuántos así? Dice que Aquí más no te gusta. We have another speaker over there. I don't understand why you. Qué guapa estás. Ay, qué lindo que toca. ¿Tiene preamplificador? No, no tiene. Tiene preamplificador. Esta sí. Sí. Sí tiene preamplificador.
Thank you very much. Gracias, gracias. That was the last one. Thank you. Thank you for your applause. Enjoy tonight. Thank you. Now there are other musicians come to the stage. Thank you very much. One more. They say one more. The people say, hey, one more, bring one more. So let's play one more.
No, nosotros podemos servicios de terapia de consejería avanzada o a familia con el entrenamiento en 40 horas de violencia doméstica, capacitación de hospitales y centros sobre la violencia doméstica. Trabajamos en un programa grande de prevención del abuso familiar y de las escuelas de hogar. ¿Y qué más tenemos asistencia para órdenes de protección y todo lo relacionado con violencia doméstica? Déjame, yo te doy si quieres conectarte con la presentadora de allá, porque hay una que hace esas actividades, yo no las hago, pero hay una persona dentro de la agencia, si la necesitas. No te oye. Hola, Armandito. Ay, ese Juan Pobre.
Gracias. Pimiento, yo nací en México. Sí, nací en la Ciudad de México. Pero todo América, de América y español. Muchas gracias. Muy amable.
Good evening. If we can, let's take our seats and get started. Let's also congratulate or thank Armando Bacle for his music this morning, today. Come on in, take a seat, take a seat. Welcome this evening to Centro Romero's 39 year celebration. So again, welcome. Me llamo Jason Lunderman, Director of Government Affairs for Comcast here in Chicago, and I will be your MC this evening. So again, thank you very much for attending and joining us tonight. I would like to thank you all for joining us this special anniversary event. Tonight is a very monumental night for this organization, as not only is it Centro Romero's 39th anniversary, but a celebration of their namesake, Oscar Romero, who was canonized a saint by Pope Francis at a massive Vatican ceremony in 2018. So 39 years ago, Centro Romero was started by Salvadoran refugees in a proverbial basement church basement, to serve newly arriving immigrants and refugee seekers from Central America. The decades-long mission has always been to empower by developing and strengthening the family unit, fostering community leadership, and providing quality social and adjustment services for the healthy development of participants and their families. Their clientele has now branched out to a multitude of cultures and ethnicities, and the people that utilize Centro Romero services are not just local community-based people needing their aid, but those within neighboring states as well. In 2022, their staff of 59, with the help of 148 volunteers who provided 5,284 service hours, empowered more than 33,000 individuals in 5 major programs. Tonight, we're honored by Illinois State Senator Mike Simmons, Alderman of the 40th Ward Andre Vasquez, General Consulate of Guatemala in Chicago, and our former board president, Sandra Arellano, for bestowing Centro Romero with a proclamation celebrating our 39 years of service to our community. I'm going to introduce some of our youth, our Centro Romero's youth program performers. But first, I wanted to let you know that outside, the Centro Romero's youth program participants also have some paintings and earrings for sale that they've made themselves. So I definitely encourage you to look, check it out a little bit later. So first, I'd like to introduce first performers, Ernesto Aparicio and Luis Adan. Thank you, Ernesto and Luis. Very good job. Thank you. And our next performers from the Centro Romero's youth program, Julian Ramirez, Max, and Ethan.
How you doing, guys? These are my friends here from Centro Romero. We're gonna play some songs for you. This one's called No Dejes Que, but let us head up first though. But I hope you guys enjoy it.
Check.
Wait. Mic check. Damn, Ernesto. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We have otra. ¿Quieren otra? Ya nos vamos. Just kidding. All right. We have one more. This is my friend Burroughs. He's gonna be joining us for today. So give a round of applause for him, man. Come on. And hope you guys enjoy this one. Me and Max are gonna be singing this one.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Because I don't know the lyrics.
Sí.
Porque nadie sabía que sí, también. Y los otros trabajan con el otro trabaja con legal. Y yo le digo al marido, no, porque no, sí. No, y Susana dice, no, digo que es que no es para el otro mundo. Está como bueno, creen que se va a dar sermón. Ay, dale, bolsa, que está ay, qué pero todavía no sabe cuándo me di cuenta que había que organizar eso. Wow, today. No, more. Writing for a
Check. All right. Now to hear myself. All right, so you guys want one more?
Yes.
All right, I hope you guys enjoy this game. whole world. I wish I was special, so very special, but I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to know it when I'm not around. I wish I was special, so very special, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, oh, please call me out the door. Please call me out. She runs, 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 runs. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much, guys. That's good.
Gentlemen, one more time, a round of applause. Julian Ramirez, Max, and Ethan. Amazing cover of Radiohead, Creep. Thank you again. So again, they're all with the Centro Romero's youth program, music performers. So again, they also have the youth program participants also have some earrings and some paintings outside for sale as well. So I ask you to check it out. Now it's my pleasure to introduce this evening's keynote speaker, which is Illinois State Senator of the 7th District, Mike Simmons. Real quick, I just want to mention a couple of things. He's the son of the Ethiopian refugee and small business entrepreneurs. In 2020, he became Deputy Director of My Brother's Keeper. And he's the first Black person to serve in the Illinois State Senate in this seat, in the 7th District. And even more impressively, he's the first openly gay Illinois State Senator. He's committed his life to advocacy, justice, equity, and public service. Please welcome Illinois State Senator Mike Simmons.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. What a beautiful room. When I walked in here, I just immediately felt just so much good energy. And so it's just such a pleasure to be here tonight. I can't put it in words. I'm State Senator Mike Simmons, and I represent the district that covers this area here, Edgewater, Andersonville, Uptown, Rogers Park, Lincoln Square, Westridge, Ravenswood, and Wrigleyville. And I'm so humbled to be asked to join you tonight and share a keynote address, especially as a son of an Ethiopian refugee. My dad came to this community about 39 years ago, just a year before, actually a little longer than that, a year before I was born as an asylum seeker. And in Ethiopia in the late 70s was war-torn, was not a good place for my family. And so my dad left his mom, mom of eight kids. His brother was kidnapped and never returned to the family. Wow. And so my dad, and his brother, they spoke a little English, and like these young guys, they played the guitar, and that was a threat to the folks that were in power. So my dad and his brother, they just decided one day to leave. They got their stuff, a guitar, a few bucks, and they walked 8 days to another country. They left Ethiopia in the middle of the night, and they got all the way to Djibouti, just right on the Red Sea, right across from Saudi Arabia. And they were able to get to the United States by the grace of God. And they came here, right down the street to Edgewater, a crowded apartment. It was my dad, his brother, a cousin that had come 10 years before that, and a couple of other people that they didn't know. In a 2-bedroom apartment, it was 8 guys. And they played music gigs, they drove a taxi, they did whatever they could to make a little bit of money. And because somebody was kind to them, right? Somebody like the folks that lead Centro Romero, right? That's been doing this for 39 years, right? Somebody at Centro Romero could have helped my family. And what I can tell you is that my dad always tells me about people in this community who shared and put their heart out for my family and made sure that they had housing, made sure that if they got roughed up by the police, that there was an attorney that would look out for them. That made sure when the next wave of my family and other Ethiopians came here, that somebody like the folks that lead Centro Romero took care of my family. And so I am so honored to be the state senator now, the first person in my family. The very first generation of my dad's side that came over as asylum seekers to now be speaking for 250,000 people. One of the most diverse districts in the state, people that come from every part of Central and South America, from East and West Africa, from South Asia, from the Middle East, from every part of Europe. It is such a privilege, such a humbling privilege to be able to represent that community. And we know right now that if we look at what's happening right now with our new neighbors coming, the migrants that are arriving here, what I always tell people is we got to continue to do what we've always done. This community has always been welcoming for new Americans. It did it for me. It did it for so many of you in this room tonight. And so we can do this again. You know, we can ensure that folks that are coming here now feel welcome, make sure that they're treated like human beings. And we got to give a big round of applause for Centro Romero because they are leading this work right now. Thank you. To Daisy and her team, to Diego and the folks that work here so hard every day of the week. I don't think you ever get to take a break, right? Because when you really care about your work, you go home and you think about it when you go to bed at night, right? It's good people that are really the thing that give me hope in our state right now and in our country. So I want to, just say that Centro Romero has done so much for our community and our state. They are continuing to do so much to ensure that our new neighbors can just have the things that all Americans want. We all want housing. We all want healthcare. We all want to walk down the street and feel like we'll be safe. We all want to be able to send money back home to the folks that haven't come to America yet. We all have family that are, back home in the home country. And so many of us that are new Americans, we know what that struggle is like to work that extra job so that you can send money back to the aunt or uncle that doesn't speak English, that would love to come here, but that's not a reality for them. And so, Centro Romero is such an important agency in doing that work for our neighbors. Bravo. And that work is so inspiring to everybody in our community that that understands what communities like Edgewater and Rogers Park and the neighborhoods I represent have just always been welcoming places for new Americans. So I want to ask everybody here to celebrate Centro Romero tonight. I want you to think about the work that they're doing. Think about the new significance that the work that they're doing has taken on. Because, you know, even as a son of an asylum seeker, we've never had this many people come here in such a short period of time. So we got to think about that when we're, you know, supporting this agency, writing the checks. You know, when they reach out to you and ask you to volunteer and to do things, right, as your state senator, I just want to ask you to go in your heart and go the extra mile for them. So I know they do this work because they really believe in it. And I love people who do work that believe in it. It's not just a gig. It's not just a job. You're doing this because you deeply believe in the power of humanity and the power of our new Americans that, you know, in 40 or 50 years, they are going to be the new state senators and state reps and governors, you know, and maybe even one of them or one of their kids could even be the person that is the president of the United States, right? And I'll be an old man. And I'll be saying, that's why I'm proud to come from the north side of Chicago, because we always welcome folks from all countries, right? Whether you're from Guatemala or Venezuela or Mexico or Ethiopia or Korea or Thailand or India, right? It doesn't matter where you're from. You're special because of what you contribute to this community. That is the only reason why, you know, the north side of Chicago is a force to be reckoned with, because every other part of America is trying to do what we do. They want to be a place where everybody can come and can live the American dream. And everybody else, they fail at it, right? Everywhere else is segregated. Everywhere else, you know, we don't get a chance to all live together as siblings like this. And so, you know, we have a special thing here, and Centro Romero is a key part of it. So thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you tonight and to do this keynote address. Always reach out to my office if I can help you or your family members or folks in the community that are struggling out here. I want to give a shout out to my staff. Heather Sanger, my chief of staff here. Shanika Hohenkirk, my director of outreach. And Connor Bishop, who's floating around somewhere. Yeah, he's really always working hard. The thing I want to say also before I go is that my staff, one of the things I pride myself on is that, you know, 90% of our staff are themselves immigrants or children of immigrants, right? It takes intentionality to do this work. Representation happens when you have people that actually have that direct lived experiences, that are picking up the phone when people call the office. And when we're down in Springfield fighting for $50 million more for the immigrant and refugee services line in the state budget, and fighting for healthcare for undocumented immigrants, we got to get that done. There's no reason why anyone in our community should go without healthcare. It is absolutely the number one entitlement that every American should have, and of course, access to housing. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you all, and I'll see you out tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. One moment. So we're about to have a meal. However, I'd like to invite Roman Ruiz to the podium briefly. He is the treasurer of the board of directors for Centro Romero.
¿Cómo estamos? I know I'm the guy between a delicious meal and another drink, so I will keep this brief. I've been given the honor to recognize some individuals, but before I do so, I just want to say that the book of Proverbs teaches us something very important, right? In the multitude of counsel, there is safety. There is wisdom. As a proud member of the board of directors, I am thankful for the opportunity to work with the Centro Romero family to carry out the amazing work that they do day in and day out. Thank you. Now I know I'm supposed to read some names, and I will. I'm horrible. My memory at this age, as they say in Spanish, las caras no son en vano. The gray hair is not for naught, right? So I do want to recognize the board members. If you're here, please stand up. If you're standing up, raise your hand. But here we go. I do want to thank Michael. He's the board president. Michelle, the vice president. Su servidor, Roman Ruiz, I serve as treasurer. Ruth, who is the secretary. Sandra Arellano, Nora Becerra, Guillermina, Audrey Kuzia, Patricia, Judy. And I want to thank all those individuals because we, as board members, as a collective group, we come together and we try to do what we can to, again, just give a little bit, right, to support an amazing organization. I love Centro Romero for one reason, right? And that is because Centro Romero, for my family, for myself, it symbolizes hope, right? It symbolizes the promise of what? Of what this country can bring. When I first came to this country, I was 8 or 9 years old. I was sharing with the gentleman that I met earlier, how are you? That I grew up about 3 or 4 blocks from Centro Romero. I came over the old-fashioned way, ran across the border twice, talked to my mom about that. One of the things that I remember growing up was the hardship, obviously, of being an immigrant in this country, and the uncertainty and the difficulty, the hardship. But knowing that there was an organization out there that was an ally, knowing that there was an organization out there that was willing to provide the services, that was willing to give hope to those individuals that needed it the most, that was a saving grace. So today, I'm up here as a board member, full circle, thanking you, Daisy, thanking you, Joseph, thanking you, Diego. And if the rest of the Centro Romero family who works for Centro Romero, please raise your hand. Ahí está. Thank you. Please, everyone, give them a round of applause. Thank them for everything that they do. As a board, again, we are here to merely support. We're mere counselors trying to give a little bit of support, but we thank you because you are the ones that carry out the amazing work. Centro Romero is an amazing organization, and it could not be what it is without every single individual that's sitting in this room. La comida nos espera. We're ready to eat, but we want to thank every single individual for being here today. From the bottom of my heart, muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Roman. I'll go ahead and say it. Let's eat. Real quick, I do want to mention as well, there is silent auction items, and again, there's some other items for sale outside as well. So please take a look out there as you grab your food. Oh, and the raffle. Thank you. Thank you. And the raffle as well. So take a look at those things. Buy a raffle ticket or 55, however many you'd like. And let's eat. We'll come back shortly.
My name is Luis Diaz Perez. I work at ComEd as a senior manager in government affairs. With respect to my life trajectory and outlook, I've always taken the position sort of that was expressed at the Temple of Apollo. Above the door it said, "Know thyself." I took that seriously to mean, in particular, getting to know where I'm from, as well as to understand my own ethno-historic background. And I pursued a master's degree in Latin American and Caribbean studies to help me understand better where I and the community that I'm a part of are headed. I've worked in social services in Chicago, as well as in government offices, and for our 2 largest energy utilities. These are all enterprises that are essential to the functioning of every home and community in Chicago. My work has brought me into deep contact with all the neighborhoods of the city, particularly working in the energy utilities, where we're essential to the functioning of every home and business in the city. Really gotten to understand people's needs and priorities, and have been able to provide service to them. I think Centro Romero does an excellent job of fulfilling its mission of strengthening individuals and families, which strengthens our community and makes our city, in fact, stronger. Being a resident here, part of my own personal convictions, and observing the work that Centro Romero does for the people in Rogers Park and on the far north side of the city, is essential for me not only to get to know their work, but to be as supportive as I can. People feel welcomed in our city when they are given the tools to become stable and lead stable and productive lives here, find ways to grow intellectually, professionally, or otherwise. Centro Romero is an exceptional resource for people, particularly Latin Americans, to help find their way when they're new here, or if they've been here for a while and want to grow in one area or another of their life. They know Centro Romero is a resource that's going to help them to do that.
People from Chicago pull for Chicago. We root for its teams, celebrate its successes, push through its challenges. When people call us the second city, it's misleading. We're second to none. We're hardworking, resilient, but we have a good time. When you live in Chicago, you proudly call this home. Your bank should too. We're Wintrust, built here, for here. And we've taken our place as Chicago's bank because no other bank can say the same.
Mi nombre es Elvis Márquez. En realidad soy venezolano y pasé una larga travesía para llegar acá. Salí de Venezuela, pasé por Colombia, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras y Guatemala, México. No fue fácil. Decidí llegar acá buscando nuevos horizontes, nuevos rumbos. Como ya se saben, las noticias saben que el problema que está suscitando ahorita en Venezuela es político. Y nos vemos afectados muchísimos venezolanos, entre ellos yo. Soy ingeniero, soy un perseguido político, tuve problemas en Venezuela porque no estoy de acuerdo con las opiniones del oficialismo, pues, como le llaman ellos, los chavistas. Pero bueno, aquí estoy. Una de las mayores luchas que tuve para llegar acá fue atravesar la selva del Darién, que está situada entre Colombia y Panamá. Mi familia se quedó en Venezuela. Mi familia no quise traérmelo porque no iba a exponer a mi familia a venirse en esa travesía. Cambiar de país, cambiar de cultura. Nuestras culturas son muy distintas. Somos venezolanos y allá tenía otro estilo de vida, otra manera de vivir. Y adaptarse acá no ha sido tan fácil, pero tampoco imposible. El Centro Romero lo encontré por un amigo que me comentó de acá que aquí es un sitio donde ayudan a los inmigrantes. Mi experiencia en el Centro Romero, excelente. Buena atención, buenos trabajadores, te apoyan en cualquier sistema, te asesoran en los permisos de trabajo, lo que necesitas hacer tu asilo, si tienes un asilo metido, en comida, en ropa, o sea, tiene mucha ayuda. ¿Qué metas tengo para mí? Bueno, mi mayor deseo, en lo particular, en lo personal, es mi familia, que mi familia yo me la pueda traer y vivan conmigo aquí, mis hijas, mi esposa. Es mi entorno familiar más cercano.